Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on Crypto for GrowMyBag.tv. There is so much going on. There's controversy, there's intrigue. Only thing we're missing is espionage. Like, holy moly, like, can you believe this stuff? So let's start off with U.S. lawmakers, Congressman Emmer and Congressman McHenry. These guys are going after Gensler in a major fashion. Major fashion. And they're not the only ones. I'm just going to put it like that. They're not the only ones. Why are they going after him? Well, airdrops. How are airdrops securities? They're asking for clarification. They're asking for clarification because they believe that he's overreaching right now. So just if you think about who else is saying that, Hester Pierce is saying that, other commissioners are saying that, previous commissioners, one of the previous heads of the SEC, well, not the head of the SEC, but a high-ranking individual from the SEC, is now the chief legal officer for freaking Robinhood. I'm just saying, at some point, you have to say that the agency needs a little bit of an overhaul. It's not just Gensler, but it's everybody underneath him. Not everybody, but a lot of people underneath him that take that tack. And it's kind of like, yeah, that's a mess. Can we please fix it? And that's what people are saying now. So you've got three major controversies going on at the SEC. Alleged misappropriation of funds, alleged incorrect hiring practices, and now you have this whole airdrop thing. And let's not forget about this extra one, Fly Fish Club. Finally got it right the first time. Wow, because it's a major tongue twister. They're being brought in because of NFTs. So you're overreaching for NFTs. You're overreaching for airdrops. At what point do you stop wasting time and money and just say, you know what, give the people what they want? If it works out for them, great. If it doesn't work out for them, told you so. And it's an airdrop. It's free. You're playing a game and somebody's giving you goodies, right? I mean, it's the same thing as Halloween, right? You go knocking on a door and somebody decides to give you candy because you have a cute little outfit on. Basically the same kind of thing, isn't it? Thereabouts. I'm just saying. I mean, at what point do we stop and just say, hey, Gensler, thanks for your service? At what point does that happen? I think it's all coming to a crescendo right now. And we'll see how it plays out. But that's a lot of controversy, just like I said, you've got former commissioners, current commissioners, heads of departments that are actually coming to testify against the SEC, against current SEC practices. At what point do you finally say, we're not getting that right? We are not getting that right. We messed up. Just saying. It's okay to be wrong. It's okay to be wrong, so long as you try to correct it. Learn from it. Do I think that there are nefarious actors or bad actors out there that are doing things? Yes. Absolutely. Go after them. Set rules and guidelines to catch them. But wasting of money to go after small companies, $750,000. Excuse me, up early again. $750,000 to go after small companies like Fly Fish Club, creators of. So think about this. I have a whole bunch of artists that created some stuff and then sold it. Security or consumer product? Now, are certain NFTs being used as securities? You could question that. But artwork? Seriously? I did something. I sold it. That's a security? That's a piss poor definition. So I think that, some overhaul, some oversight of that agency, better oversight of that agency. It seems like the only time Congress wants to do something is when they're angry about it, right? They react when they're angry, and they're not really angry. They really just got a bunch of phone calls or a bunch of money that says you should be angry and go do something about that. So let's look at the whole picture as it is. So there's that. Then you have Indonesia. I would say that the countries around Indonesia, that whole region, Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, just that whole region, you should be paying attention. You should be paying attention. Did you know that Indonesia is one of the fastest growing crypto hubs in the world? Yeah. Yeah. A lot of my new subscribers from Indonesia, that whole area of the world, you should be paying attention. A lot of people in their countries, they pay attention to crypto in their country, crypto news, all that stuff. I'm glad that they're paying attention to the news. But crypto is stateless. It's not controlled by any country. So what happens on one part of the world can very well affect another part of the world. You should be paying attention. Do that. Do that. That's not a small thing. That's a big lesson to learn, and I advise you learn that lesson. What else is going on? Singaporean bank DBS is now going to offer over-the-counter transactions for crypto, obviously Bitcoin, Ethereum. Remember a while ago they were saying, "Oh, we're not an Ethereum whale. We're not an Ethereum whale." But when you make moves like this, it's kind of like you kind of have to be an Ethereum whale, no? You kind of have to be a Bitcoin whale, no? I mean, to handle the transactions, you need a certain amount of crypto liquidity that's going on right there. Just saying. Now, do you hold $750 million of it? Maybe not. Maybe. Not a small bank. Maybe. But still, I sit here and I look at this and I go, that's not a small thing. Oh, excuse me, I'm still tired. So if you really stop and think about this, I'm looking at this situation. I'm just saying to myself, Singapore is doing something. Indonesia is doing something. Asia in general is doing something. And the rest of the world is kind of asleep. Kind of asleep. I mean, it's not just the acceptance of crypto amongst retail. It's banks offering over-the-counter services. Just saying. I mean, other countries should probably take note. Just be like, whoa. Because every country, I mean, look at Bhutan. We had a conversation about that last night. Look at Bhutan. Here you go, Joaquin. I brought it up because you have to be a member to go look at the insights. The article is in the insights section of growmybag.tv. But when you look at Bhutan becoming the fourth largest country in terms of Bitcoin holdings, you've got to scratch your head. And then you have to look at the reason why or how. It's because they're mining their own Bitcoin. They're not just buying it, they mine it. Oh, yeah. That's a huge decision. I mean, we compared it to El Salvador last night. And I'm like, yeah, El Salvador is going out there buying, but they're about to do the same thing. You want to know how they're doing? Volcanoes. They're getting their power from a volcano to power Bitcoin mining. Brilliant. Brilliant. Because imagine, you're going to set that up to run Bitcoin mining. You're also going to have that set up to power your people. I'm just saying, you've got to stop and you've got to pay attention to what's going on in the world, around the world. Again, crypto is stateless. Crypto is not controlled by any given country. So there are interesting things that are going on around the world. That's why I do what I do, because I want to know what's going on. I mean, I will, articles in a foreign source and just say, English is my language, please. Because I want to know what's going on. I want to know how they're thinking, how they're reacting, what they're doing. Because it's going to affect my bag here. Because again, you can go around the world and you're starting to see, well, not only is it being used, not only is it being purchased, but it's starting to get integrated because Bitcoin is bigger and crypto is bigger than what people think. It might not be big in your country, your state, whatever, but it's big around the world and growing. That's what I'm looking at. What else do we have? BlackRock has an evolving strategy around crypto. So in normal business, BlackRock has people everywhere. And they're doing the same thing for crypto. They're taking that same tack and using it in crypto. Smart business decision. There's more to it. You can read the article. Like I said, growmybag.tv. This one's in the article section. But you should actually go read that. It's very interesting. It's very telling. I like that. Here's a problem for Coinbase. I don't know if you realize, but a lot of people are talking a lot of noise, is what I'd say, about Coinbase, saying that Coinbase had given BlackRock IOUs for Bitcoin. And I'm like, oh, that doesn't sound good. Justin Sun is now saying, show me proof of reserves. Justin Sun is asking for proof of reserves. I want you to go look up Justin Sun. I want you to go do some research on Justin Sun to understand the significance of him asking for proof of reserves. Your jaw will drop. It'll hurt. It will absolutely hurt. Because I'm sitting here and I'm saying to myself, I don't get it. I just can't believe it. Justin Sun is asking for proof of reserves from Coinbase. Go do your research on Justin Sun. You know, the guy who runs Tron. Just go do it, please. Go do it. Him and Tron and Wobie, just go do your research on Justin Sun. And you'll understand why I am just flabbergasted at him asking for proof of reserves. When you're at the point where you have somebody like Justin Sun asking for proof of reserves, the noise out there about you is not good. I would strongly suggest that Coinbase actually show that, hey, we have proof of reserves. Did you know that, what was it, last week? I think ARK Invest 21 shares said, yeah, you know, we're going to also get another custodian in addition to Coinbase. Yeah, because Coinbase had locked up the market. All of the, you know, Bitcoin ETFs, their custodian is Coinbase. I think all, if not most, is Coinbase. And they're saying, yeah, we're going to go find another one. Just to add so that we don't have that single point of failure. Yeah. So there's a lot going on there. If I was Coinbase, I'd be like, hey, look, listen, this is a lot of noise. Here are proof of reserves, blah, 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 blah. All done. All done. Put it to bed. Put it to bed fast. Don't be stupid. Put it to bed fast. Don't treat it like it's just FUD. Put it to bed fast. Put it together with, put it to bed with real answers. Don't just say, show. It goes back to the whole thing around trust but verify. Now's the time to verify. Just saying. BitGo launches USDS, a brand new stablecoin. There's money in stablecoins. That's why everybody's coming out with stablecoins. But Lordy, at what point do you just say enough is enough? Enough with the stablecoins. But, that's just my feeling on it. Bitget surpasses Bybit to become the fourth largest exchange in the world by volume. By volume. When you go, we were discussing this last night on Crypto Overflow. When you go to like CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap, they don't just give you the rankings for coins. Look up, click. There's one that says exchanges. Not only will they give you the ranking, but they will also give you their score. Meaning how easy is it to use, trust. They give you a score. Pay attention to those scores. When you use the GMB crypto tracker, we have hundreds of exchanges listed in the drop down. So like you go, you buy something, you want to record it in the GMB crypto tracker, you hit the drop down, there are hundreds. You just start typing which one you want, but there are hundreds in that list because there are people out there that will use different exchanges, sexes, dexes, centralized exchanges, decentralized exchanges, to purchase whatever coin it is that they're interested in. I point out to you why ZeroX is having major problems. They got hit with that $230 million hack. Now they're pointing fingers at like Binance. Binance is like, what are you, stupid? We ain't got time for you. We were going to do business with you, but we don't have time for you now. That's a wrap. You people were talking too much nonsense way back when we were going to do business with you. That's a wrap. And Binance is so big, they don't need to be in the revenge game. That's how big they are. They don't need the revenge. You're going to fall on your face by yourself. And WazirX has. I bring this example to you to say, be mindful. Don't just research the coins that are out there. When I say know your entry and know your exit, I want you to know about the coin. I want you to know about the exchanges you're using, the swaps that you're using, the DeFi platforms you're using, all of it. I want you to know everything about whatever it is that you're doing. Pay attention. That's all I'm asking. Pay attention. We cannot have you losing money because you decided to use some off the wall, poorly rated, exchange or swap. So I just want people to know that there are exchanges out there. You can research exchanges. It's not hard. It's not hard at all. Like I said, you can go to CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap and you can actually see rankings and scores for, red, amber, green are, how good are these exchanges from a trust perspective, usability perspective, mostly trust. I'll figure out how to use it. I have to be able to trust you. Just saying. So that's the news for today. So you know what we should do? We should actually, that's right, go over the numbers. Let's get that out of the way. We're going to start with the GMB crypto tracker top 25 losers. And you can see almost immediately it starts at 5%. Goes all the way down to 1. That means there are no real losers. Superverse, no idea what the heck that is. Don't even care. Maybe I'll really look at them because they've got a 4.95 GMB X factor. If I'm doing X factor research, it's stuff like that I want to find. It's stuff like I'll use these numbers to go say, oh, let me go look up this company. Let me go look up this project. That's what I do. Let's go look at the winners. On the winners side, Nero. Why is Nero up 110%? It's up 110% because they just got listed on Binance. Binance is listing a lot of coins that are on Ton. That Ton ecosystem is no joke. And Binance is saying Ton with their ecosystem and meme coins are the hottest things right now. And there's Nero. So just saying, you can pay attention to something like that. And they'll get another pop when other exchanges start adding them. They'll get more pops because it's open up to additional people. It's kind of a big deal. Who else is up? Let me take a look. Nervous Network is up 16%. They have a 1.4 GMB X factor. Interesting. Turbo is up 12%. GMB X factor of 0.89. People were talking about Athena. It's up 9%. GMB X factor of 5.66x. Wow. Is anybody else on here I'm paying attention to? BitTensor is up 7%. GMB X factor of 1.38. Osmosis is up 7%. GMB X factor of 22.49x. That's too big for me to say anything about. That's too big. I'd have to dive in and do a lot of research on Osmosis. I really, really would. I know the name because I know a couple of people that own some, but I haven't done any research on them whatsoever. Beam, 6%, 1.93 GMB X factor. Interesting. ZK Sync, 5%. Not going to pay attention. Immutable, 5%. Not going to pay attention at all. But yeah, so that means that the bulk of the market right now is at my 5% range, right? They're moving sideways. Remember, what do we get today in the United States? What do we get today? It's right. We get the FOMC meeting at 2 o'clock where they actually tell us out loud if there was a cut and how much that cut was. Kind of a big deal. I'm paying attention to it. I don't know about you, but I'm paying attention to it. 2 p.m. FOMC interest rate decision, right? And Fed Chair Powell has his conference at 2:30. I will be paying attention to this, but I always pay attention to this. Because what he says, what he yaps about, sends the market reeling, and then the market calms down. That's been what it's been for a while. I think pretty much today he's going to say, yeah, we had X interest rate cut. I still pray that it's only 25, not the 50 that everybody's talking about. And we lowered the interest rate, and from there we're going to have several more over the next period of time as we keep seeing data come in. He's not going to be specific on the amount or anything else. He'll leave it to everybody else to speculate, but he'll at least point you in the right direction. That's what I'm looking for. As long as he gives that, I think the market will be okay. Fear and Greed Index is 45. Yesterday it was at 33. Depending on what he says, you could see a rocket ship go up, hit like 50 something. DeFi Llama, 86.9. Let's just say 87 billion total value locked. Looking at the big board, yeah, you have a lot of things that you can actually buy into right now. HNT is down big. I don't know why, but that's helium. I kind of pay attention to that. That might be an opportunity. SHIB 13. Everything's just holding. Everything right now is just kind of holding, just kind of frozen in space. This is what I like to see. We had that dip right here, right? And then we came back. Looks like we're just again. Look at that. We're just holding. The volume's like buoying a little bit, but just holding. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens after the Fed rate decision. Looking at the big board, like I said, you could see everything that's going on. Let's just refresh the page just to make sure we're getting the right numbers. There you go, 59,918. So hovering around 60,000 for Bitcoin, right? And look at that. If you bought Ethereum 1/1/2024, your gain was only 1.48%. Anytime thereafter, you're probably in for a loss, a big one, which tells me that I think that Ethereum is going to have a blowout. I think Ethereum is ready for a blowout. It's that time. It really is that time. I'm looking for Solana to do the same. I mean, it went from being in the hundreds in terms of return on investment to 28. Ethereum could see a big blowout too. Depending on what good stuff happens, it could see a blowout. There are a lot of coins on this list. Now you know why I have the GMBX factor, because I can sit here and talk about all these coins. Whether or not I think they're going to do something, whatever. I think Toncoin is going to score big, right? It's going back and forth between Tron, Toncoin, and Doge right now. They've got a big jump before they get in the XRP arena. They got a big jump before they get there, and even then, it's just XRP and then a stablecoin. You don't count the stablecoin, and it's a big jump to get to Solana. Just saying. There's a lot of stuff going on that we can be paying attention to. I'm expecting Shibarium and Shiba Inu itself to take off. I really do. That whole ecosystem, I think, is going to blast off. Anyway, this is Eddie J on crypto for growmybag.tv. I hope you like what I'm doing. If you do, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, become a member, because we're doing things like member meetups. For our big baggers, we're having member meetups about once a month. You should check it out. Anyway, everybody, have a good one. Bye-bye.